Okay. Back. Mission 6. Peeked at the stats. We've been in this mission for close to 2 hours. Haven't gotten anywhere yet. Except where we're not supposed to be. Where I didn't want to be. Nope. The only place I've gotten us so far in this mission, the only place we've gone is crazy. Crazy. Okay. The manor.
I am the very model of
right
a
over
scientist
here.
Salarian. I've studied
Species
species
Turian,
Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Salarian. Proud to be here, Shepard.
You
Thank you for
doing?
including me.
What are you doing? B-Star, thank you. Thank you very much. Why are you guys doing this for the shit show? I don't feel that was terribly earned. Thank you. Thank you for those 100,000 views. Thank you, C-Star. Good to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you very much. So, I'm pretty sure that what I really wanted to find for the past 2 hours, whether or not I was going to figure it out, with or without help, when we started this and we were given the possibility of killing one of these leaders and bringing him to the other, or finding another way, I was very curious about what this puzzle was, where we were going to end up, and there was a map. I didn't find the map. For 2 hours, I wandered around and accidentally killed one of the targets, and just... But this, right near the beginning of the mission that we started 2 hours ago, right up there, we started right up there 2 hours ago, and this is kind of what I was looking for the past 2 hours. You're just popping in to say happy Friday and then you're switching to sleep and lurk mode, but I hope you have a good stream. Right on, C-Star. Thank you. A weird Friday myself. Having nothing to do with the game. Sweet dreams. Lurk on if you get to see a little bit. I hope you get to see the end of this puzzle and mission, but I wouldn't be surprised if I'm stuck here for a while. Uh-oh, Procyon. Uh-oh. We're gonna need clues, I think. Before this door, an anecdote. On your second run, you show up here thinking you'll just outsmart the game and do the puzzle in 10 minutes. 2 hours later, you'd only figured out the methodology to solving the puzzle, and your friend who has a background in math, not talking about me, did this in 45 minutes. Okay. The elements of the puzzle are randomized, so no Googling either. Well, that wasn't the plan. But if it's... Yeah. Family heirlooms. And despite what it might look like, math puzzle, huh? I'm gonna be glad we killed Paolo so we can go in and bring him to the other side. I also wonder, will we get high chaos for killing one of our targets even if we don't use him for the mission? At the dinner party were Lady Winslow, Dr. Marcola, Countess Conti, Madame Nazio, and Baroness Finch. The women sat in a row. They all wore different colors, and Madame Nazio wore a jaunty green hat. Dr. Marcola was at the far left, next to the guest wearing a white jacket. Lady in purple sat left of someone in red. I remember that purple outfit because the woman spilled her rum all over it. The traveler from Dabokva was dressed entirely in blue. You're going to want to open up a spreadsheet file. No, I'm not. But I hear you. I wonder, is this one you could actually just solve with a grid of variables, or it's more complicated than that? The traveler was dressed entirely in blue. When one of the dinner guests bragged about her ring, the woman next to her said they were finer in Dabokva, where she lived. Baroness Finch showed off a prized snuff tin, at which I need so much more beer. Baroness Finch showed off a prized snuff tin, at which the lady from Freyport scoffed, saying it was no match for her bird pendant. So you would have like all the people on one side, or I mean I haven't tried to lay out a puzzle like this in a very long time, but you would lay things out with the two axes, or at least two axes, right? And I want to drink my beer. I don't want to set up the puzzle. Open my first beer so I could cope with what was already happening. That was before we got to the puzzle. Someone else carried a valuable diamond, and when she saw it, the visitor from Belton next to her almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. Countess Conti raised her wine and toast. The lady from Karnaka, full of beer, jumped onto the table, falling onto the guest in the center seat, spilling the poor woman's absinthe. Jumping back, not rum. There was a reference to spilled liquor, but that was rum, not absinthe. Then Lady Winslow captivated them all with a story about her wild youth in Dunwall. So you might have Lady Winslow over here, and then you might have spilled absinthe, spilled rum, blah, 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 blah. But how do you arrange it? What information goes where? That's the rub. Yeah. And then the actual mechanism involves heirlooms. Families and heirlooms. I don't think we want to try and... Hey, look. Did they give us those tiles to help? Could that be a clue about how much of a layout we need? Is that possible? They actually gave us a... Could that be the number of people? Are there 6 people involved? And I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure of anything. Just why is that there? That's basically the shape I'm trying to picture in my head right now is a grid and what would go where. Women. Lady Winslow, Dr. Marcola, Countess Conti. There's 5 of them. 5 women. They all wore different colors. Madame Nazio wore a jaunty green hat. Does that mean she just wore green? Everything she wore was green? Doesn't actually say that, so is that going to be relevant? This requires pen and paper. I'm just looking at it and thinking. Dr. Marcola was at the far left. So what do you put? I mean, seating arrangement could be on the grid. Dr. Marcola was at the far left, next to the guest wearing a white jacket. Well, if Dr. Marcola was at the far left end of the line, then the guest wearing a white jacket, one from the left. Still doesn't say whether someone could be wearing a white jacket and separately a green hat, but we could begin with the presumption that we might have to eliminate that green hat means green jacket. Green. We don't really know that. Lady in purple sat left of someone in red. they're not trying to torture people. They might not be screwing with us that badly, right? Mixed colors on a person, so a green hat probably means green. White is next to green. Purple is left of someone in red. Purple's also the one which had rum spilled on it. Can we help with this and give you a solution if we find out? Let me think about how to answer that. Think about how to answer that. If I... Not yet. That might be a good way to do this, but I'm not there yet. Let me think about this a little bit more and decide if I want to try and solve this, if I think I even have a chance. And I may very well call on you for help anyways. Even if you don't have the solution, I might call on you for help. But let me think about this for a little while, and I'll try to keep thinking out loud. You know, where I'm at, where I'm not. They're talking about where people are from. The Bokva, dressed in blue. It's the first mention of blue. Nazio in green, Marcola are left next to someone in white. So Nazio would not be white if they're green. Purple was left of red. It's all in a row. Helps. Purple was left of red. And someone was in blue. A lot of information that's in here may be extraneous, completely extraneous, just red herrings to confuse us. Don't get told what's what, though. Snuff tin, bird pendant. Wish I could remember when I was last confronted with these types of puzzles, what some variations on them might be, and how they might be set up. Set up separate grids for the same puzzle. How do you mix in different types of variables? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. Or recreate, reinvent the wheel in my head here. Places people are from, jewelry that they have on, colors that they're wearing. Someone else carried a valuable diamond. Where they're from, the visitor from Bailton. What they were drinking, whiskey, rum, absinthe, beer. Beer! Apparently I'm the lady from Karnaka. A logic grid. Your grid would need to be something like that. With the teeth. Thank you for the peek at a generic logic grid puzzle. See that's I couldn't get that in my head. Just look at this. Your example has jam, marmalade, honey, numbers, colors, names, Marmite. Ugh, Marmite. Fuck. Right, okay. Crucial piece of this type of puzzle that I could not recall is that you extend it out. That's right. You put the same variables on both axes. Same variables on both axes. And if you lay it out right, you can process of elimination quite effectively. Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Sea Star. Thank you. Good night. Sleep tight. Thank you for the huge tip. The tip and the tip. Both tips. All right. Well, I I could grab a piece of paper, lay this out. Probably be easier. Computer here, anyways. Shall we then? Is that what you were doing, Entropic? Are you familiar with this type of puzzle? Were you already laying it out? Kind of like the example logic grid that C-Star pulled up? Book Spaz, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. Welcome. Yeah, I better grab some paper. Yep, you are. All right, well, I'll grab my version, then I'll think out loud. What we do. All right. So what do we have? We have names. We have colors. We have locations. And we have jewelry. We have drinks. Grabbing your own paper. Those are our variables, right? Are we missing anything? Names. Positions. What position they're in. If, let's say, we number from the left, we also have that variable. We have what number they're in the row. Entropic, you do cryptology and puzzles and stuff like that quite often? Well, damn. I'm impressed. I don't. So we got 6 variables. Definitely need, very least, we need the names on one axis. Do we need them on both? That might be self-evident to somebody, but I'm going to baby step through this. So let me just throw out the names here. You love good brain teasers. Well, I love having my brain teased. I like to tell my clients when I'm fixing computers that I don't mind them watching while I work, but I hate having people watch me think. And of course, that's entirely what's going on here. It's a one-way show. You always get to see me think, whether I can think or not at any given time. Winslow. Marcola. I'm not putting these at the top of the grid. I don't know. I don't know what this is going to look like. I want to make some room. Auntie. Natsu. Finch. All right, 5. Women sat in a row. So on the other axes from the names, at least this first instance of the names, on the other axes, we order that they're in at the very least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also on the other axes. I mean, all right. Again, this may be self-evident to people who do solve these puzzles all the time, but I'm trying to relearn this from the example and memory all over. I probably haven't done this in 20 years or 30, or like 20, 25 years. Women are going to be on one side. We're going to need all the variables on the other side and some of the variables on the same axis as the names, right? So all the variables on the other side, the other axes, except for names. Right. Names and names. We don't cross out names with names. Or do the names show up on the other axis? Anyways, they do, because the way the variables can be on the... Okay. I said. Colors. What do we have for colors? We have green, white, purple, red, blue. Pencil. Hope you're doing this in pencil or electronic. The locations. The Bokva. Sprayport. Elton. Arnaka. Dunwall. In fact, we're given that. Winslow, Lady Winslow, Youth in Dunwall. We'll go through and mark those down too. Ones that we know, we'll mark those. Careful. Work. Jewelry? Jewelry and drinks. Jewelry and drinks. Drinks first. Rum. Rest of the drinks. Whiskey, wine, beer, absinthe. Whiskey, wine, beer. For room. And then jewelry, we had a ring. Snuff tin. Pendant. Something in there. Oh, I didn't even read the last bit. There were 4 heirlooms under the table. Who owned each? 4 heirlooms. Oh, that's a very critical part of the puzzle. And I hadn't even read that far. Getting so lost in the paragraphs. 4 heirlooms under the table: the ring, the war medal, the bird pendant, and the diamond. And then the 5th would, process of elimination. The ring, the tin, the war medal, bird pendant, and the diamond. Wish I could draw straighter lines. Straight and true. I'm gonna end up calling on you anyways, I think, Entropic, after I write in pen and I cross things out and I can't figure out what I'm doing anymore. But I'm giving it a go. So let's see, what do we know? Winslow captivated them all with a story about her wild youth in Dunwall. Winslow in Dunwall. Do I have any idea what my little notations are? Dunwall, Winslow. Yes. So if Winslow is from Dunwall, we know she was not from these other places. Cross things off. We also know that Dunwall, if they're all from different places, are they all from different places? Did we hear 5 different places mentioned? We did. If we safely presume they're all from different places, so Dunwall we can cross off for the others. What else do we know about where people were from? What can we eliminate? We can jump to other categories as we go through. Women sat in a row. Dr. Marcola was at the far left, number 1. Dr. Marcola, number 1. Not 2, 3, 4, or 5. Nobody else was number 1. So cross things off. The others. Nazio is in green. So cross off green for all the others. Colors for Nazio. Number 2, wearing a white jacket. So here's our first opportunity to add something else. Number 2 was wearing a white jacket. So if we want to put the colors on the let's say the left, the y-axis. X is up top and Y is coming down the side. If we want to put the colors there too, do that. Number 2 is wearing white. In white, purple, red, blue. Number 2 was white. Cross off 1, 3, 4, 5. or number 2, green, purple, red, blue. Lady in purple sat left of someone in red. Well, if white is number 2, lady in purple can only be in 3 or 4. Can it be solved with a hammer or crowbar? That would be nice, wouldn't it, Mr. Gilly Star? How are you doing? Sorry, brain skipped right there. What were we saying? Purple has to be in 3 or 4. Can't be 5. Purple cannot be 5. We can cross that off. Purple can't be 1, and we already know it's not 2. So purple's either 3 or 4. All right. What else do we know? Traveler from Dabokva was dressed entirely in blue. So, blue, Dabokva. We already have that on the grid. Blue, Dabokva. Places. We can cross off the other places for blue, and we can cross off the other colors for Dabokva. One of the dinner guests bragged about her ring, someone with a ring. The woman next to her said they were finer in Dabokva, where she lived. Who's in Dabokva? The woman in blue. Who's the woman in blue? We don't know yet. We already knew that blue was Dabokva. Okay. Come back to that. Finch showed off a prize snuff tin. Finch, snuff tin. Tin. Finch. Finch, tin. Now, Finch, tin, that's one of the slots. That's one of the things we're going to need to actually solve the puzzle in the lock, right? 4 at the end. 4 heirlooms under the table, and the tin wasn't mentioned because it's given to us. Finch showed off a prize snuff tin. At which the lady from Freyport scoffed. So we know that Finch is not from Freyport. Freyport. Finch is not from Freyport. No, she's not from... Dunwall. Not from Dunwall. I have abbreviations on my chart. I don't know about yours. It's gonna burn me. You want to see my mess of a chart real quick, just so you can see what I'm working with? Oh, it doesn't even... It won't... It's too light. My scribble... There you go. My scribbles are terrible. There. Can you see it? There you go. Those are my scribbles. I'm working with that. Lady from Freyport scoffed, saying it was no match for her bird pendant. Freyport bird pendant. Freyport bird pendant. So I gotta add something to the y-axis on the left. What do I want to add? Jewelry or the locations? At the moment, I'm not sure it matters. Just the way I've drawn my lines. Write these places down again. E-A-F-R-B-A-A-D-U. And decipher them later. Woman from Freyport. Bird pendant. Pendant. Freyport. Circle. X, 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 X. Finch, snuff tin, lady from Freyport, burn pendant, someone who wasn't Finch or the lady from Freyport carrying a valuable diamond. Is that the diamond? Diamond. Who wasn't Finch and wasn't the lady from Freyport. Freyport had in. Lady from Freyport. I don't know. We gotta eliminate more things. It all looks like it's gonna be so easy and just eliminate everything, but this is a big ass grid, and probably didn't even set it up right. As we go and I'm adding things to it, there's probably some right turns and wrong turns. And Karnaka beer. Let's take what we can take and put it down right now. We'll make this first pass. We haven't even made a first pass. Someone else carried a valuable diamond when she saw it. The visitor from Bailton saw it. Someone else carried a diamond, and when she saw it, the visitor from Bailton. Bailton, no diamond. Bailton, no diamond. Visitor from Bailton next to her almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. Bailton, no whiskey. I'm gotta make sure I'm at least putting these in the right place. Bailton, no whiskey. Conti raised her wine and toast. Conti, wine. Where's wine? That's whiskey. There's wine. Okay. So... raised her wine in toast. Karnaka beer. You know about Karnaka. The lady from Karnaka, full of beer, jumped onto the table, falling onto the guest in the center seat. So Karnaka is not 3. Absinthe. Right. Did I even put that in there as absinthe? Whoever's in the 3rd seat has absinthe. So I need to add something. Drinks or numbers. Absinthe. Whoever's in the 3rd seat is drinking absinthe. Oh, Entrobot. Mr. Gillystar, does this need to be done to advance the game? Yes, sort of. We, the moment, I don't want to back off the riddle screen just because I'm focused, but we were given 2 choices here. Kill someone from one of 2 opposing factions and bring the head of their leader to the other faction, and then they would help us with this puzzle. Or don't. Solve the puzzle on your own. There are supposedly clues somewhere in the level to the puzzle if you don't want to be a headhunter. I already killed one of them by accident, but I wasn't trying to do that. Now, here we are. The stream's already gone to shit in the sense that I spent 2 hours on this mission before finding the sense of orientation I wanted. I didn't know where this puzzle was. This puzzle was right at the start. I didn't find it. And there is a map, and I found a map, and now I at least know where in the mission different buildings are, and I was able to find the puzzle after 2 hours. So, I'm working through it. Lady Winslow, Dunwall, that's where we started. Okay. Damn, that's not a whole lot to go on. In my mind, it's not a whole lot to go on. Purple's in either 3 or 4. Nazio is wearing green, and green is either in... My information looks really spotty here. Really spotty. So I'll tell you what. Doubt anyone's been able to quite follow along with my madness as I'm scribbling things, so you don't know what I have written down. Instead of throwing out Entropic, if you're still there, for example, but other people who are interested in contributing, let's start working together on this. And the way I want to ask for help for now, if you want to say in chat a particular relationship, so-and-so is wearing this, or they're next to them, which means something else. You want to throw out one piece of information at a time. Go for it. You know, throw out one piece of information. If you're sitting on something that you're thinking of, throw out one piece of information and let me absorb that, and we'll do that. So Entropic, you say some of the wording is tricky. What comes to mind? The white jacket. So we got the white jacket in the second seat. Purple in 3 or 4. You remember that the purple outfit because the woman spilled her rum. Do we have purple and rum? I didn't write that down yet. Purple and rum. Purple and rum. Do we know anything else about rum? Anything? Whiskey's on the table. Table. Traveler from Dabokva was dressed in blue. Do we have that? Blue. Dabokva. Woman in blue is next to the ring. Does not have the ring. Woman in blue does not have the ring. Woman in blue does not have the ring. Cross that off. Blue ring. Entropic, got anything? Got any thoughts? Want to throw out one piece of this? It's open to anyone. No. I do think after the time we've spent on this mission already that if we put our heads together and get the door open without going back into enemy territory, I'd be just fine with that. I don't need any more runes or bone charms from this mission. We find them great. Wine, Conti, wine. I got that right. About Conti. Anything else about wine? Gillistar, you'd rather fight Hades than try to figure this out? Could it be Satan? One carried a diamond when she saw the visitor from Bailton next to her. Diamond, Bailton, whiskey. Unless, as Entropic said, it could be, wording is tricky. So someone else carried a valuable diamond, and when she saw the visitor from Bailton next to her almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. The person with the diamond could be the person with the whiskey. Oh, look what you're typing. Ah, look what you're typing. Look what you just put there. Someone else carried a valuable diamond, and when she saw it, the visitor from Bailton next to her almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. So does that neighbor mean the neighbor is the one with the diamond, or the visitor from Bailton's other neighbor, the one with the whiskey? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. So maybe you were thinking of the exact thing. Your example was that one, huh? Perfect. So we could, I'm using a pen, but we could pencil it in. Diamond, whiskey. We were being tricked and misled a little bit. Diamond, whiskey could go together. Is that what you've got? Entropic, I'm going to ask you directly. Diamond, whiskey. That's your take, or are you putting that in as a like a maybe? Have you solved this already? Damn, the way I've got this laid out, I put something on the side there too. You didn't solve it yet? And you don't think that diamond equals whiskey. You don't think that. Visitor from Belton next to her, which could be next to her. Or spilled her neighbor's whiskey. Countess Conti raised her wine in toast. Let's think about that for a minute. Countess Conti raised her wine in toast. So what do we know about Countess Conti? She obviously wasn't the one with the whiskey. Procyon, you disagree? You think diamond does equal whiskey? It would work as a deception. If diamond equals whiskey, then it would work in this case as a nice deception. Her refers to the diamond carrier. Okay, her refers to the diamond carrier. Let me reread this. Someone else carried a valuable diamond. Saw it. Visitor from Belton next to her. Yes, next to her, the diamond carrier. Visitor from Belton next to the diamond carrier almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. And that neighbor could be the one with the diamond or on the other side. But I don't know if that is necessary because of the her. I don't know if I'm misreading that, but next to her. Oh, you maybe mean the second her. Almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. Hold on. Well, which is which? The visitor from Belton next to the diamond carrier almost spilled. Well, it depends a whole lot, doesn't it? There's two hers. First of all, there's two hers. Next to her, almost spilled her. Next to her, almost spilled her. There's two hers. But which her each of you are referring to and which one I'm thinking about, that matters tremendously. You're right, it's tricky. The visitor from Belton next to her. I think we can, in the first case, know that the first her is the diamond carrier. When she saw it, the visitor from Belton next to her, next to the diamond carrier, almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. That second her is up in the air, isn't it? That second her could refer to the visitor from Belton or the person with the diamond. I mean, it could be saying that the person from Belton has the whiskey. That right? It could be a trick in the words. Visitor from Belton next to her almost spilled her neighbor's whiskey. It could actually refer to the person from Belton. Possible. But if the second her refers to the woman from Belton, then the person with the whiskey could be the person with the diamond or the person on the other side. Go to the puzzle on the door and enter what you know so far. All right, I'll show you, Mr. Gillystar. Just my controller went to sleep. I'll show you. It's not what you think. Puzzle is this. We need to know which family. We have the names here. Marcola, Finch, Nazio, Winslow, and Conti. Once we set them all. And we need to put them in order they're sitting in. So do we know anything about the order? We know that Marcola's in the first seat. So just like this, Marcola is in the first seat. We know that. We don't know anything else about Marcola. We don't know what their symbol is. We do know not the metal, the tin. The tin belongs to Finch, right? And we don't know which seat Finch is in. Finch is not in the first seat. We know that. Finch, we haven't eliminated anything else yet. Finch goes with, even though this is not metal, is that the snuff tin? So Finch may not be in this slot, but Finch will go with the tin. And Marcola, we can't say much. I mean, we know that Marcola does not get that tin. So you can see, there's the puzzle on the door. We don't have a whole lot to enter. You just about have to solve it before you can enter much at all. Anybody got anything else? Procyon, okay, I'm backing up to what you said. Her refers to the diamond carrier, therefore the neighbor and her are one and the same. First, her definitely refers to the diamond carrier, therefore her are one and the same. Because her was used twice in the same sentence, her needs to refer to the same person. Is that what you're saying, or something else? Does her have to refer to the same person if it's used twice in the same sentence, or do rules apply? And what rules apply? But Procyon, if both hers were the same and her were the diamond carrier, then, oh God. Please, anyone. Since this is, the puzzle's mixed up, randomized enough that you can't Google the answer, we are going to have to solve this. We have a couple options. We can still go get Paolo's head. Paolo's dead. We can go take his head. I don't really want to do that. Entropic, you agree diamond equals whiskey? Well, that's what I thought before, and now I'm just getting lost in it. But I can still roll with that. Diamond equals whiskey. You're on board with that? That was my original thought. Procyon agrees. Entropic agrees, and I no longer know why I thought that, but. Team effort, and I say I don't know. Fair enough. Hit it with a brick. Really conniving of them. Say you're not wanting to. we're not doing non-lethal. Like low chaos, but we're not doing non-lethal, so it's not as critical for me, but you were trying to completely non-lethal. You would have to solve this. You would have to solve this. How conniving. No longer. I need something like beer or whiskey or rum or absinthe. Or wine. Right. But none of those things are going to help me solve this puzzle. I'm not getting closer to an answer. I'm looking for a handle. Maybe the door's unlocked. Who's the lady from Freyport? Thank you. I'll take anything. I'll bite on any of that stuff. Freyport. What do we know about Freyport? Freyport is the pendant which the lady from Freyport scoffed, saying it was no match for her bird pendant. So we know that the lady from Freyport has the bird pendant. As for what we know about the pendant, besides that, we don't know much. No, it's not Finch. He's the one with the bird pendant. Yep. Bird pendant. And the pendant also... Did we just figure out the pendant has whiskey? Is that what I just put down? Is that what I meant to put down? Something about the diamond. I think I put it in the wrong slot. Uh-oh. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. Hey, Tamalak. Diamond equals whiskey. Diamond equals whiskey. Yeah, I put it in the... Aha. See what I did? Sort of. Yeah, my drawing's getting fucked up now. That's really good. So good. I won't even be able to read my X's and O's. Diamond equals whiskey. Matthew? I don't... Color to green. I'm not green. I'm not green. Entropic? You talking about Entropic? Yeah, different person. He's in Germany. In Colorado. Are you threatening me? I need TP for my bumhole. Damn. Kill me. I would love to smash the door. Oh man, I was into it for a few minutes. I'm no longer that into it. You used to do those riddles when you were young. Do you want to have a go at it, Tomalak? I will gladly put it back up. We need to figure out what order they're in, 5 different names, and what their family heirlooms are. And there's the riddle. Right there. I've got a really messy grid. It's a disaster. It's really bad. It's not... Information on it may be mostly correct somewhere in there, but it's hard to read my own scribbles. My lines aren't straight, and my brain is melting. And we can't Google the answer because it's randomized. We could grab a screenshot of this if you want to see it. I might move away from this screen. We could try to do some randomization. The best thing with that, when you get a solution in one thing, you can cross out some other things. Yeah, we've been doing that. We've been doing that. So when we solve one, we cross out 4 things and 4 things. For every one thing we solve, we cross out 4 things on each axis. Or more, depending on what else we have to go on. Hey, Mike. Shamrock Mike. What's up? Ah, man. Guys, come on. Gotta put our heads together here. Or I'm just gonna go take Paolo's head. And that's I don't want the game to bully me into taking his head to one's a gang and one's a religion. Either way, you've got a gang and a religion. Bring the head of the leader of one group to the other. And I accidentally killed the leader of... I don't even know which group it is. I think it was the gang. Panic Lad, you're working on it. Too bad we can't just put our ear up really close and listen for a click when we get it. Hack it like an old safe. Oh, man. Paolo's body is just 100 meters away. You're getting Nazio at the far right and in green. Far right and in green. We were given green. Green, yes. We were given green for Nazio. Nope. Disconnected momentarily. Welcome back. You think you have it solved? I'll bite. Procyon, I'll bite. If you want to, Entropic, you too? Really? How did you guys just get from nothing to solved? A few minutes ago, you said you didn't. I'll take what you got. But how about one bite at a time? I'm curious. What do you have? Do you want to... However you want to do it. Whisper me what you got. You can whisper amongst yourselves. Or, if you'd like, throw out one clue, one connection, one elimination. I don't think we should spend a lot more time in this stream on this puzzle, if possible, so get a critical mass of info, you have the whole solution. Yeah, I'm with you there. If I have that critical mass of information, I don't see it. But I know what you mean by getting to that critical mass of information and it all starts to drop into place. No, I mean specifics. What do you have? What's specific? How do you know Marcola is seated first? How do we know Marcola is seated first? That I'd have to look. It says Dr. Marcola was at the far left. It was given. Entropic, Procyon, if you both have it solved, please throw out one piece of information. Either of you, both of you. Please, because we're standing still. My brain is now standing still, especially now that I know you both think you've got it solved. We've spent 3 hours on this mission, and we're at the beginning of this mission. We compare, okay? Take your time. I'm sorry, not. You can throw out bad info. It's got to be better than what I've got. Yeah, I sure did, Mike. It was gonna be a beautiful game. Be interesting to see how they handle you're playing on the wrong side of the law. I mean, Marston himself was a gray character, but see what they're doing with it. I'm excited. some ways it's cool that they would put a puzzle like this in the game. In other ways, I guess you don't have to solve it. They've given you other options. If you don't mind rolling some heads and getting involved in a turf war as an alternative to solving their puzzle, I suppose you don't have to solve it. Interesting that they would... pretty heavy puzzle. To put in there for a non-lethal playthrough. Oh, you don't want to kill? Aha. We got a nice grid for you. Oh. You'd go mad and start killing everyone. I'm getting closer to that, Mr. Gilly Star. I think I'm going for Palo's body. So otherwise I'm standing still. My brain stopped solving that puzzle without a solution. Could still try to find clues to the solution in very likely the two places where the two leaders are. That's approximate. I haven't found any useful clues, as far as I know, near Paolo, where I killed him, when I killed him by accident. Saying I should go back to the puzzle? Well, maybe I'll exfiltrate Palo's body anyways for shits and giggles. Tell me what you guys have come up with. What are you thinking? I'm no longer there at the puzzle, but what have you come up with? Enjoyed the game so far, but I gotta say I've enjoyed every single mission more than this one. Dust storms. Dust storms. What was your favorite mission, Jay? Every one except 6. There are actually clues to the puzzle in this district if you keep looking. Okay, Bloodwolf. Laser focus on what you just said. Where are they? 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 There are actually clues to this puzzle in this district. I spent 2 hours in this district. Paolo's dead. I didn't even mean to kill him. I've spent so much time here that I killed him by accident. If you know where any clues in this district are, I know it says there are clues. Crone's Hand Saloon and the Overseer Outpost for clues. I know there are technically clues around, but I haven't found any. And we spent 2 hours here before I started that puzzle. Anything? Nothing? Dealer's choice. You tell me. There's a document called the Code to Stilton's house. There's an actual document called the Code to Stilton's house. How fucking perfect. Nice if I could find that. another thing I hadn't quite found this whole time. Although we did eventually find a map. But while I was in here for 2 hours, I never did come over to this side, and I never caught a glimpse of that Crone's Hand Saloon. And I kept wondering, am I in the saloon? Is this the gang? I think! I've thought about restarting this mission a number of times, too. I like the happy days in Mission 6, when they were still playing music here and Paolo was alive, and I was just taking lackeys and knocking them out. You're sitting there next to Paolo's corpse, smoking. That's what would Paolo think? My eyelids are twitching. Of all the things that make noise, that noise doesn't make noise.
I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
Yeah, Durante's room. Durante's room. We've been to the door to Durante's room. Durante's room requires Durante's key.
What's going on here?
I don't know if any of these people are Durante. I've thought on a few occasions about trying to take them all out.
Not in the mood. Show
Yeah.
yourself.
Who's fooling around?
We're everywhere. You can't hide from us. Oh, shit. Get away!
Yes, that's her again.
Why are you not chasing my doppelganger? That's really unhelpful.
She can't have gone far.
I want to fight you. I don't want to fight you. I don't.
Die, little girl.
Come back here! She won't go anywhere. I
That's
bet
your
you've
lap.
been living us. Let go! I'll cut you in.
You just killed her. I didn't kill her. You killed her.
shouldn't have wandered outside
You killed her.
without bodyguards,
No, fuck you. You
milady.
killed her. I didn't kill her. You killed her. I hope you're happy. She alive? Nice. No one killed her. Who, where? I thought there was no one else here. Someone saw us. Someone cares. You can leave now. You can go. Really, you don't want me to get further involved. I think the 4 hours we spent in Mission 4, I rather enjoyed. All 4 hours.
Please, don't hurt me.
You can leave now. Yeah, you can go. I can find Durante's room again. One up here behind where we killed Paolo by accident. It's Durante's room. Durante's key needed. Need to find a way to open. Snow was probably here the whole time. Find a way to open Durante's doors. Note for Bernard. Burning it to the ground is not an option. Overseer outpost has reappeared. Think you're up to something? Panic Lad, what do you got? Entropic and Procyon think they've solved it. Decided not to share. So we're, I guess we're looking for Durante's, the code to Stilton's house in Durante's room, which is up there, which is locked, and we need Durante's key according to the door, but Paolo was looking for another way in. Maybe the keys, maybe the reason Overseer's office, Overseer's outpost showed up on the map is because that's where we'll find Durante's key. Could be. Let's give you one. Considering I'm not even trying to solve the puzzle anymore, yeah, if you want me to go and try and solve the puzzle again, I'm gonna need something. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be a dick, but what I'm saying. If we're gonna go anywhere with the puzzle, I need at least a bone. Marcola, I've got on the left side in blue from Dubovka. So you want the solution. Man, I don't know what I want. I had a very entropic day. I've had a very existential day. This is before streaming. I was...
do anything to you.
I was not in the right state all day. And I really just, was hoping for an escape today from the stream. I needed to get away from thinking about stuff. Anything, everything.
Is that this who I think it was?
Show your
I'll crush you, you parasite!
Keep that nice stuff of yours.
Come on!
Think you look
This won't take long! No!
cut you in half.
Here you are. Back here.
So why does that guy have a diamond on him? Yeah, I guess that's if I'm gonna yeah, I guess either I need to take your bits here and plug this in. Marcola in blue. I'm just plugging it in. I don't understand the relationship, so I'll be plugging it in blind. Marcola in blue. From Dubovka with a diamond and whiskey. Oh, how I wish my lines were straighter. What do you have for solution? I'm not having fun with this. I want to go back to having fun. Can we go back to playing a game, which is fun? The puzzle was cool for a few minutes, and I didn't do well with it. But I had already spent hours on this mission not knowing what the puzzle was or where the puzzle was or any of that stuff. So that's on me. What do you got? Let's do it. Let's go through the puzzle. I don't want to be here anymore. I want to have fun. I want to go back to that. And we're taking a break after we open it with your solution. Because
If that was who I
She's
think
still
it
alive.
was.
I need to fix this.
that's right. I'm sorry. I'm not even.
Mistake.
I'll crush you, you parasite!
No, you won't go anywhere. I'll kill you for that.
Come on! This won't take long. You shouldn't have wandered outside with that bomb. Finish her!
Here.
I'll keep
With
that
me.
I bet you've been living a soft life. You're gonna pay for it.
She's dead.
Well, this one's hurt my head, and then some. Start the mission over. No, ruin all the cluster fucks from this mission. Gotta get my way back out, wherever that was. Back out.
I didn't do anything to you.
I think I know where I'm going. Entropic. It's so it doesn't start with Marcola. Even I'm just gonna go left to right. I'm not even gonna ask. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the order is important. Okay, so if you didn't have the order, try. We'll put Marcola back. Marcola with the diamond we'll put back. Got the order. White is in the second slot. Second. Whoever's wearing white would be number 2. Hey there, misbehave. Happy Friday. Hope your day's been good. Else here. 3. Person in the third seat, in the middle seat, has absinthe. Got that. Wow, back to full-time at work. I bet it is. I bet it is. I'm so glad that you can be back to full-time at work, but some more time to relax now. Conti. Bird. Thank you.
I did it.
Thank
Now
you.
to find Aramis Stilton.
Everyone who was working on that, thank you. Entropic, Procyon, thank you especially for the Nicolati, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. I'm going to go cry into a pillow. I'll see you in a few minutes. Stay tuned.